Hi guys, welcome back to Tolkien Craft 2 with me, Sid, and I'm following on from the stream. Now I have done I've done a fair bit of odds and ends around the place. I put a fireplace in here for starters, which has a chimney which goes up here, and so far nothing's burned down, which is always a bonus. It just carries on up there and sticks out the roof. I may just put a little access in here and put a little chimney place in here as well. I don't know yet. Little things, taken out the Tinker's Construct stuff out of here, move that to the, I think I'd done that before the stream actually. Anything in there? No. Over here, let's go have a look. What time is it? It's daytime. So I've moved the chest from over here. I have bushed up around the sides here a little bit, and in here I have, in the old greenhouse, apart from planting, I planted a load of wheat, I planted a load of spuds and watering can the hell out of them until I got enough seeds to fill the entire patch. And I also put in some of these ivy and vines growing on the walls and the glass here, just to give it a certain overgrown feel. And of course I put this walkway in, which takes us all the way around here. I've left that open because of course down there is my zombie spawner, which I need to do something with, and I want to do something sooner rather than later than that, with that, because of course there's that nice fella over at town who buys rotten flesh for, was it 1 silver coin for a stack, which we can obviously then trade in for stuff back at the town and get the king's gratitude. And oops, that was a bit of a design flaw, wasn't it? But not a problem. We'll just pop in here. I've left these in because, again, it's just a little bit of scenery, gives it a little bit of something about it there. Oh, and I bone mealed around the place a little bit as well. But I have prepared a little bit for this episode. So if we come in here, and I'll just drop off these out of the way. Yeah. Everything I need should be in this chest. So I was playing around with that automated Pure Daisy machine on the stream, and what we need to do, I've played around with the block update detector. I'm sure there is a way we can do it, but it's doing my blocking. So I think I've got pretty much everything we need here for the first bit. Let's go to the kitchen, where we're currently using the breadboard for a building area. So I made these. These are the circuit plates. It's just made, you get 2 for every smooth stone you cook in the furnace again. That's nothing groundbreaking. And the first thing I'm going to need is a clock. It's not called a clock, is it? It's called a timer. Now this is going to be made up of 2 anodes, some conductive plates, circuit plates. I need 3 of those. That's 3 of those. So that is 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Hopefully I've got enough redstone. 1, 2, 3. 3, gimme. We need 2 anodes, which is, was it 3 of those? Yeah, 3, so I need 2 anodes. I need a cathode, which is simply a redstone torch on one of those. Do and do. And we need a pointer, which is some cobble, a redstone torch, and a brick. And the one thing I haven't got, of course, is cobble. Because preparation, you know. What was it again? It was redstone torch, one of them, and a bit of cobble. Smooth stone. We'll get there eventually. Okay, so cobble can go away. Fortunately I have got some spare smooth stone because I cooked a batch up. Takes that with me. Get there eventually. So smooth stone, one of those and one of those makes our pointer. So it was one of those, it was that and that, That, and that, and 2 of those gives us our timer. Now I think it's dark, so let's just go and sleep the night off, and more importantly sleep this rain off, and then we'll make the second bit, which is a comparator. Not a comparator. Oh God. Why can I not remember the name of this thing? It's gone again. Nope, it's completely bloody gone. Let me have a look at Project Red. Here we go. It'll be in here, so I know what it's called. It's, oh God, it's going to bug me all day, this, if I don't. It's not a comparator. It is a, oh man. Yeah, I've had one of those days where you just toggle that, repeater. A repeater. And I can't spell it. Repeater. Now I'm going to use a Project Red one because this has got a couple of advantages. So we need 2 cathodes, we need 2 anodes, we need a conductive plate, and the rest is that. So 2 cathodes, 2 of those, thank you very much. 2 cathodes, 2 anodes, and that was that one, wasn't it? So I'm going to have a spare anode. And what was it? 1 conductive plate. That was simply that. So it was that, then those, and then the rest were those. And that makes the repeater. Now there's a reason for this. This particular repeater is actually, it's got several benefits over the vanilla repeater. First and foremost, it is you can place it on the side of blocks. And secondly, why? Oh, because I was thinking I was doing a comparator. That's why I got the nether quartz. And secondly, it's got more timing options. Now, right, what else do we need to do? Well, we've got those, so that's all the stuff for the wiring. I went out hunting a couple of nights, and man, it takes some doing getting these endermans. I only saw about 3, and only 1 dropped an ender pearl. But we can at least make the vacuum hopper now. So I've made a hopper. I've got a bit of obsidian. That's our vacuum hopper. The blaze powder can just go back in the mob drop chest. I've also picked up another zombie soul, a creeper soul, and a mob soul. Skeleton soul. I don't know why. Oh, it does. Yeah, they're all mob souls. So yeah, I picked up a fair bit of interesting stuff in that little exercise. I can put this away as well. Right, let's go. Is there anything I need to take with me? I want to take you and you with me for now, and a little bit of you, because I want to do this tidy while we're building. So let's just run out here. So here's the old machine, and it is currently empty. If I were to come down here and right click, I've emptied the stone out of it. These are doing nothing, so let us take that and that out for starters, and then we're going to I'll have that aluminium while I'm in here as well. We're going to hide the circuitry back here, I think, and we'll use this polished quarried rock to mount everything on. So what we basically need to do now, how did I have this? God, I'm trying to think now. We had that, went up, fired a breaker signal, then dropped it. Yeah, that's right. I need to come down 1. Is that right? Come down one. Let me just check something here. Where's my timer? I may need to make a screwdriver yet as well. So it fires to the side. Yeah, I'm going to need a screwdriver for starters. I don't need to go down one. Except I do need to have an off switch. Right. Let me just think this through a second. Screwdriver is our first order of business, because we need to rotate that. So, screwdriver. I knew doesn't matter how much you think about up front, you will forget things. 3 iron and 2, well, blue. 3 iron. Oh god, my iron is actually going down a lot faster than you would have thought. I'm going to need lapis as well at some point, because that's going down. At least not in, enchanting with lapis yet. So there's a screwdriver. We can pop that iron away and right, think this through, John. I can put the switch. If I put the switch on, I've got a lever. I've got cobble and sticks, not a problem. We'll just take this out this side as well for now and get rid of that. And you can get off my machinery, and then we'll take that off that side and that off that side, and we can hide it more better on this side. I think that's in theory anyway. Whoops. Yeah, we need to kill this stuff. We don't want it growing all over our machines because it's going to cause problems later, I would imagine. So if we take our timer and we go and timer, we need to delay it so that breaks, that places a little bit after. So there's our timer, and there is our repeater. So we set that to say 4 ticks, and we'll rotate this like that, and we will set you to, well, we'll do it to, to 10 seconds for now, just so we can see this in action. So that's got there, it goes in, and then we need to bring some wire around. Where are you, wire? Wire around there, and wire around there, and some wire up there. So that should go break. Aha. Aha, that needs to be... Actually, no, there is a way to do this. I'm overthinking things as usual. Place you, we spin you round and to 4 ticks, and then we bring the wire up here. And we should go. Break, come on. You are getting around, aren't you? I may need to bring that round there, that one. Let me just check it. No, that goes. Let's try you on 8 ticks. The timing's a little bit peculiar with this. Now that doesn't have anything to place. Let me get 8 stacks of wood because they're not going to break. Bonk, so let those distribute. Let me just check this out. Places. And then, I mean, this is not going to work because obviously I've not given it long enough to convert the wood over. And then break. And there they are. So this needs to be actually set to about, timing wise, I found 90 seconds worked. And the last thing we need on here is an off lever, which we can place there. And if we do that, that will basically turn that off. And then you let it go. In 90 seconds later it will place. Oops, it's getting dark. Let me turn you off again. 90 seconds later it will place, and then 90 seconds after that it will break and then place. That's the idea, he says. Sleep the night off. So we just need to place in the last bits of the ingredients, and then we need to cover the entire thing, and for that I've got these together ready, and I've also got this quarried rock and some gunpowder ready. So this is fairly straightforward. This is a diamond saw. These, if I take, well, let's take 1, 2, 3, 4 of those for now, and put those in. If you place this quarried stone from railcrafting with gunpowder, it will etch it with a nice little creeper face, which we can then chop up and chop up again and chop up again to covers. And if I do 4 of those, we can do the same for a non-etched version. This is just to tidy it all up. We've got our vacuum hopper, take our saw, and let's go and finish this sucker off, and then we can get on with the next thing I'd like to try, which is a bit more Botania and stuffs. So what we need to do is get an output point, and I think I will place that. Let me, no, oh god, you're going to do that, aren't you? Okay, I would like this to be here. Hang on. Place that there. Place the vacuum hopper there. And you're in the vacuum hopper. That's good. And then we'll just stick the chest here. And we'll configure the vacuum hopper to output there. So that should be good. So if we turn you off, go and stick 64 of those in, 64 of those in, and turn it back on, and we can be cleaning this up while we're at it. So 90 seconds it will place a whole bunch of stone, and then eventually once it's done the stone it'll move on to distributing the wood round, and it will start doing living wood as well, in theory. So tidying up wise, I don't think there's not anything really scientific to this. We're just going to kind of frame the entire thing out in like this, just to keep it tidy, and I'll probably do something with those creeper heads down that side. And because there's a very good chance at some point that I will knock this off, we will also frame that in like that. And then similarly here we'll go around and do the old, you there yet? God, 90 seconds seems like a long time when you're waiting for it. May need more of this as well. There's a good possibility. But yeah, so it's just tidying. Hopefully in a moment Come on, we must be getting close. Yeah, I can see it's coming round now. Places the stone. Now then we wait for it to change. Now what I'm tempted to do here is just leave that access there, and we'll block that in and light it up so it's all safe and sound. And maybe, just maybe, on this side we'll give it a pretty little creeper face pattern at the top. I'm going to say I'm going to need to cut more of this up. I don't think I'll need to cut more, but I will have to cut more. And this machine can stay here, and whenever we need living wood or anything along those lines, we just turn it on, give it a couple of stacks of mats, and away it goes. So I'm going to tidy this up. Let's just see how we're doing timing wise. Yeah, we can bring you right out like that, and then we can just have a step down here to bring us down to the on-off switch. Not far. Oh, it's changed. Now, I would have said that is probably 10 or 15 seconds too long. You may find that server lag will sometimes account for timing issues. So you can see there, it only picked up 4. That means the rest must still be in there somewhere. Let's see whether we can get on top and have a look. Oh, bugger. Right, let me try that again. Yeah, it's there, look. It's trying to get through. So, if you've got that problem, take that from 8 ticks to 16 ticks and just try it a little bit longer, and if it takes longer to come through that time, then I'll adjust the timing accordingly. Remember, 20 ticks is 1 second. So it's not a long time, but it is working after a fashion. We just need to let it finish its work. So I'm going to continue working on this. I'll keep tweaking the timings, and I'll be back with you in a mo. Okay, there you have it. It's working. It is sealed. Let me just have a little wander around here. So I've kind of just blocked in that bit, went into the circuits. It's completely sealed up the top. You just can see the pure daisy in there. It's currently moved on to wood. A bit of carpentry stair going down here takes you down to the on-off lever. And if you need to get into the circuitry, it's back here. I've increased the number of ticks to 32, and that seems to give it the vacuum hopper time to drag everything across. It did get a little bit out of sync. I broke one of the wires while I was working, which is why there's a 1 living wood and 64 living rock in there at the moment. But that seems to be working absolutely fine. Now, it obviously worked for the living rock, so the 90 seconds is fine. It's actually slightly over, as I said, but yeah, I'm happy with that. It's kind of blends in reasonably well. Well, I'll say blends in. We'll bush it up a little bit around the area as well, maybe just do a little few trailing leaves over it just to tidy it up, and we should be good. Oh, there's our living rock. So the next thing I want to do, and this is not going to really progress as much in the way of Botania, but it will progress us. Don't need you anymore. Don't need you anymore. It will get us some way to having us a nice orderly. Well, that's zinc. Pop you in there. A nice orderly. I'll get the words out eventually. I do promise you that it will happen. A nice orderly Botania workshop, and yeah, dirt and cobble. So the cabinets, I think they're called cabinets. Hang on, let me just double check. They're in here. These things, drawers. Drawers seem to be an ideal system to store a lot of the Botania stuff, because we don't tend to have huge amounts of everything, but we have a lot of different things. So I am thinking to go with birch. I'm going to do with some compact birch drawers, and maybe I think maybe a couple of those and one of those. That one is just 2 chests, so we're going to need some birch wood. And the reasoning behind this, hopefully... Oh, that door flips clunks when I do it. I never thought of that. Oh well, it's not a major problem. Okay, so first things first, get me a couple of stacks of birch wood, and I want to get that going on. And that'll give me 2 of those. I want to get one of those going on, which is that. That gives me 4, and I want to get one of those going on, which will give me some more. And that should be enough. Now, as I say, there is a simple and very logical reason for all of this. Once I have put my wood away, let me jump in here and grab you, and you. I've got some of them, but not all of them. Sleepy time. And that is that Botania works a lot on flowers having petals. Now, there's no point storing flowers, because that really, apart from making glimmering, you can put 2 glowstone to make them glimmer, that really has no storage purpose whatsoever. So you can basically turn these into lights, which is something I may do up and around up here where I've got these major lights. I may actually plant some of these plants in lighter format. You know what I'm trying to say here. I know what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, that's working really well. I'm happy with that. Like I say, apart from that door, which maybe we can just move that one. So storage wise, I got to thinking, what better than to have, let me get these for starters, a couple of those, one of those, and we can always extend this should we need to, and that's, no, I do need to extend it actually. We need 4 of those, and we'll just put one of those down there. And obviously these drawers are great because we can sit there, and if I go and have a look at mystical petals, for example, we've got white, orange, and then magenta. So I've got whites, and I think I've got magenta, white, orange, magenta. So take those, pop them in there. Magenta, that would be orange. Then you've got, is that cyan? No, it's light blue, which I haven't got. But we can basically store the petals in these little drawer systems. So similarly, we can take our living rock, which we're likely to have a fair amount of. We can put that in there. We'll put the living wood in the one beneath, and we'll have some of the other common implements in these drawers. You know, maybe some spreaders and mana pools in some of these. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is go and collect some more flowers. So I'm going to go skipping through the meadows, pick a few flowers, and I will be right back with you. Right, I've been out. I've also brought the living rock. I had 16 already in the living wood through, so that's in. So we've got white is our first petal of the day, and then actually, realistically speaking, so one thing I do like about this is the ability to go and place the relevant colours in there. So the next one is, that's magenta, which we've just put in, and then we've got light blue. Oh bum. It doesn't really matter what order these are in, I'm just kind of putting them in the... Oh god, how many did I put in there? Can you get... Yeah, thank you. Light blue, then yellow. Didn't find many yellows. Then light green. Then pink. Then grey. And then it's light grey. You should make your mind up which box you're going in. Cyan. Purple. My favourite colour. I may even do all my lights in purple. He says it's just... Then blue. Finally. Then brown. Then green. Then red, and then finally black. So makes a really quite a nice little garden workbench area. I probably should put a crafting table in here. I don't think I've got the makings of a crafting table on me. I don't know, did I? Oh, I did put a crafting table in here. Stupid me. So yeah, not a huge amount magical done this episode, but we have made some preparation towards getting the Botania, and that's a bit ordered up. Can obviously bring some more of the Botania stuff through as and when. This looks okay. What I will do is I'll move that door over here, and I'll take out this here and here, and take that door out as well. Where the hell did the door go? So that will just go here with a couple of these on it, and then get the old carpenter's hammer and pop it back to there, and that should stop it. Yeah, that's fine. So I just need to put something back in there. That's easy enough. So I think the next things I want to do are, well, I've got quite a list of things I want to do, and not enough episodes to do them in really. I probably should try maybe putting out a few extra maybe. I want to get my blood altar set up in the middle of the lake. That's an early doors one that I want to get going, because I'd like to get it to the point where I can run a Serenade of the Nether. I maybe need to move these as well. They're not overly convenient where they are. I would like to also, as I say, turn this into a mob spawner so I can collect the loots from there. And obviously I want to get the Botania moving forward. Oh, and I need to build a chocobo shelter. So I may just build a chocobo shelter. There's not a huge amount to it. It just needs a straw base and a cauldron with water in it, I believe, to count. So yeah, but on the whole, I am happy with that progress today. We've got a few little bits and pieces done, a few vital bits and pieces done, I think. There are things we probably need to put through in the Botania, and maybe then I can take this Botania chest out and move that entirely across there for miscellaneous Botania stuff as well. That's definitely an option. And you can go back in the furniture box, and then obviously I need to actually start furnishing in here and getting the rest of this build done, because at the moment it is incomplete by a long shot, and I don't want to be one of those people that never finishes their builds. I want to be, I like my builds finished. There we go. Lovely, and we can just get in there and turn that on and make stuff as and when we need it. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. One thing I did forget to mention is I swapped out some of the wood for the actual trunks, the willow wood trunks, just to give it a bit more contrast as well. So yeah, I am on the whole happy with this, and until next time, I will see you soon, and bye for now.